You know, I got a text from Donald Trump today, but he will always love me for supporting him. Unfortunately, I can't respond that my support for him was every bit as fickle and temporary as his was for me. The difference is, I'm not running for the highest office of the country and claiming to be all about my country and my countrymen. Because a real president would love all his countrymen and would love those who don't support him even more than those who do, because that is his leading edge, his beacon. Those are the people who keep him sharp, who keep him flexible, open-minded. Those are his white whale. Those are the people that he needs to enroll in his vision for the love of the future of his country. Only a God-complexed, dictator, egotistical maniac who is obsessed with themselves would only love those who love himself. And what's fascinating to me is he's managed to hijack a party that holds a book that says love others unconditionally, forgive, do unto others as you want them to do unto you, not do unto others because they do what you want them to do unto you. And yet, now if we saw Putin brutally murder anyone who doesn't support him, we go, that's wrong, that's bad. But yet in our God, Christians, we accept it openly. We resolve two unresolvable. So it's totally reasonable that God loves me, but if I don't believe in him, is going to punish and torture me for eternally in hell. And that's why we resolve it in our leadership. So we can see it's wrong in a dictator. We can see it's wrong in a parent. We're not okay with a parent beating their child or killing them because they didn't believe or obey what they said. But we accept it in our God. And we are certainly accepting it in one of our party potentials. But a real president loves all of them. And we have a perfect example of this, and I love it in this scenario. Bull moose, that's right, from bull moose to bleating lamb. And I don't mean that in a positive context like the Bible. I mean it like the weak, wimpy, tiny, little cute, adorable, bleating lamb that is wimpy and will run from anything. That is the reference I'm using here for Donald Trump. Because the bull moose, Teddy Roosevelt shows us what's possible, right? As a real Christian with character, he was shot in the chest while giving a speech in an assassination attempt. Every right in the world to have the person neutralized. Instead, did not allow him to be lynched or killed immediately, which the crowd would have done, had him taken into custody and not harmed, had the bullet still in his chest. But of course, because he's a badass and he's so freaking holy and a man of God, he had his eyeglass case and his 50-page speech he had written, by the way, not his campaign team, that stopped the bullet enough. But the bullet still went into his chest, didn't hit a lung. And he finished his speech. So not only did he stand up there, he showed mercy, he showed character, he understood that if I am not going to stand for violence, then I may not respond to violence with violence. My book tells me turn the other cheek. Everyone is watching. What values do I want to instill in my countrymen and people? No, we show peace, we show mercy. We love and forgive those who do not love us, because we see from a godly perspective of their holiness and their worthiness that is not given to them by their actions, but because I know where they come from and what they are and who they are. That is a leader. That is someone of character and strength and courage that takes action. No one was going to tell him that was going to go down. And then we have Donald Trump, a 20-year-old, a crazed, I'm sure, very sad situation 20-year-old, takes his shot. He hides behind a group of armed security guards who also neutralize the target. He blames the security forces for not being tough enough. I didn't hear Teddy Roosevelt blaming the officers. He understood it was a single crazed person. Also didn't blame the other party, which Trump also did, right? Because I guess Biden, he can incite an assassination. Trump can't incite January 6th, right? Because we don't take accountability, we just point fingers. It's weak. And he doesn't even mention the real tragedy of who was actually shot in his audience, or of the 20-year-old and the mental health crisis, that people feel that this is their last resort, or that he is putting people in that position. While he sings a tune saying, you know, you're going to lose everything. America's going to fall apart if you elect Biden. The truth is 50% of the country feels like if he gets elected, everything's falling apart. And we don't have outlets for these kids. Is his heart moved as our leader for our children, for our country, for our violence? No, he doesn't have any of that. He's out for himself, and it is so apparent. And I find it so it is humorous. I mean, I get all soapboxy about it, but if you take a step back, it's actually quite humorous if you can emotionally unattach from it. That the party of the biblical Christian and Jesus and God would be this kind of rotted out human. And one of the things I really take issue with Christians is as long as someone checks a box, you're good with it. You don't care what they did. He is the ultimate poster child of Pharisee leader for Pharisees, and you don't even see it. Go to Vegas. The man has a golden tower with Trump on it. The meek shall inherit the earth, my friends. Does that look meek to you?